What's up, Raiders? TristenWulf here, and I want to talk to you about your promo hero. If you have just started out this game, you know that you can get a free legendary hero by entering a promo code right over here in this promo code section. You got to do it in the first 24 hours of gameplay, mind you. So if you're starting a brand new account, use the download link in the description of this video, and you will get a free legendary hero, Eleanor, and you'll get a free epic hero, Rector Drath, that gives you a poisoner, a HP burn hero, and a healer reviver. So that gives you really nice rounded out heroes. But you can enter several different promo codes. I will list them all in the description of this video, but the one we're going to talk about today is Monkey King. You enter the promo code Monkey King, and you can get the legendary hero Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is amazing. Here's a little clip from what Raid has to say about the Monkey King.
You are so pathetic. Take that crown off, fraud. You are no king.
Raid Shadow Legends. Download now and play for free.
Pretty amazing, right? Wukong is a legendary attack type hero of the Skinwalker faction. I'm going to tell you why Wukong was a great choice for your starter hero. He is my starting hero, and I have zero regrets. This guy is crazy good. Let's talk about his skills real quick, where he can be applied, how you want to build him, the things you want to do to really squeeze all of the juice you can out of this insane legendary hero. First, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. Let's talk about his aura. He has a 28% speed boost for everybody on your arena team. It's almost impossible to find that much speed on a hero for your arena team. Makes him one of the most essential, highest win rate arena heroes out there. If you like playing arena, from tag team to the real-time arena, live arena to the classic arena, you will want Wukong on your team in the front spot to give a speed boost to your entire team, because speed is king. And if you go first, you will probably go last. So next is his passive. His passive is unbelievably powerful. He will come back to life with 100% health and 100% turn meter 3 turns after he's killed. That gives him amazing self-sustained power if you run him with a bulky team, and this is especially good on long fights, like several of the Doom Tower floors, fighting the Hydra, all kinds of PvE where self-sustain and long fights are very, very common. Next, let's talk about his A3 skill, Now You See Us. Now You See Us is a powerful skill. The multipliers on this are pretty high. I think 3.8. That's very, very good damage multipliers on this skill. And you can increase the damage by putting some books into him and take it down to a 3-turn cooldown, making it very spammable for an S3. When he does this attack, he will hit all of the enemies and steal all their buffs from all of them and give them to Wukong. And then on top of it all, he will put block buff on all the enemies for 2 turns. So it is a great usage skill when you're fighting enemies who stack a lot of buffs, whether it is a buff heavy PvP fight or it's a buff heavy PvE boss, like, say, for example, the Hydra. Being able to do a insane reversal like that, where you take all of their buffs away and prevent them from getting more buffs, and power up your Wukong by putting all those buffs on himself. Maddeningly good. So thick, powerful A3 skill. His A2 skill, Staff of Wonder. This one's my favorite, guys. First of all, this has a whopping 5x multiplier, which is insane for damage. This skill hits so hard. It attacks one enemy, and it will ignore 50% of the target's defense. 50% defense penetration on an already overpowered skill. And if you kill with this attack, any remaining damage will splash into the other enemies on the team. Now, that attack will also ignore 50% of the target's defense, but this attack cannot be a critical hit. So although it has the penetration, although it has the damage, it doesn't crit. So there is a world where you could actually build him without crit and just rely on this skill to do some damage, but I think you'll want crit for the other skills. We'll get into that in a minute. The one wild thing about this skill is if the initial target survives, right? If you kill it, the extra surplus damage splashes into all the enemies and does damage to them as well. But if you don't kill the initial target, it will place a sheep debuff on them for 1 turn. Literally turns them into a sheep, which is heckin' hilarious. This buff cannot be blocked. So if they got buff block on, if they've got any kind of immortality or immunity on, you can drop the skill turning them into a sheep, which effectively strips them of all of their buffs when they revive. They'll revive without any buffs. It can be resisted, so you need to have a little bit of accuracy on Wukong, and by a little bit I mean enough where you can guarantee the strips on his A3 skill. You can guarantee you put the sheep on people with your A2 skill. So you do want some accuracy on this guy to be super effective. This skill is incredibly powerful. What it doesn't describe here in the skill is when you turn something into a sheep, it'll come back with half of its health. So that's a double-edged sword. If you've got the enemy near death, you want to make sure this skill kills. Because say he's like at 25% health, but he's a super tanky SOB, right? You drop your A2 on him, you turn him into a sheep, he will come back with 50% health if you don't kill him. So it is kind of important to be a little bit selective where you use it. But if it's a full health enemy and it's a super tanky enemy, not only do you do good damage with this, you will take 50% of the health away because he'll come back from sheep with half health and with no buffs. Damage is based on attack, and you can increase the damage by booking him. One nice thing you'll notice is all of these skills, the A2, the A3, they're all just damage skills. You don't need to book him. Booking him just makes him stronger, makes him hit harder. But if you're using him as a support type healer or hero instead of a damage type hero, you can get your strips with effectiveness. You can get your buff blocks with effectiveness. You can come back to life as often as you want. You can turn things into sheep as often as you want. You can get some splash damage, sure, but you don't need to put books into this hero, and that is a huge benefit for new players because the epic or the legendary books, they'll grow on trees, and there's other heroes that might want them more. So you can get away with not booking your Wukong and have him be very, very functional in the game early on. Let's talk about the final skill, the A1 skill. The A1 skill attacks one enemy and has a 25% chance to place a stun debuff for 1 turn, and it increases to 50% chance if the target has any buffs. And if you're picking Wukong into the enemy, they're probably a buff-heavy team, right? Because you're going to want to use the steal skill. You're going to want to put them into sheep mode. You're going to want to steal the buffs and put buff blocks. You're probably fighting things that have buff on it if you have taken Wukong into the fight. So right out of the gate, a 50-50 chance to stun the target, taking them out of the fight. Again, more control, controlling them by turning them into sheep, controlling them by taking their buffs away and preventing them from getting more buffs, controlling them by stunning them. And that 50% chance, this is the one skill that, you could get some benefit out of the books, but it's not required. You can take them a 50 to a 75% chance if you book up his A1 skill, as well as additional damage. The modifiers on this skill, I think, are the lowest of his modifiers, but are still like 3.5 to 3.8 are still incredibly high mods, so he will do tremendous damage if you build him for damage as well. So you can build him support and control, you can build him damage, you can build him both. Sun Wukong is crazy powerful. You will find wonderful uses against the Hydra, where putting buff block and stealing buffs on all the heads of the Hydra is very important. In the Doom Tower, he's going to be really, really good, especially against some of the buff-heavy bosses. And in the longer team, not having to worry about using your Razor skills to raise it, not having to have Rector Drath raise him every time. Rector Drath can focus on raising other people because Wukong's going to come back on his own at 100% health with a full turn meter ready to drop some skills. You can build him with out crit if you want to go just support with accuracy and bulk to keep him alive. You can stack attack for additional damage, or you can build him with crit and make sure he does some damage too. If you picked Wukong first, congratulations on winning the game. He is a stupendous starter hero that will take you deep, deep, deep into the game. So hopefully this gets you hyped about your selection. Hopefully you enjoy your Wukong as much as I have. Hopefully you use that download code to start this game on the right foot with the best heroes in the game, with the best start in the game. And that's all I've got to say for now about the mighty Monkey King. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys have a great rest of your week. Take care, Raiders.